here and talk to you guys and hopefully maybe inspire you guys in some kind of way. I'm like many of you all. I came from two hardworking parents. I'm from Virginia. And you guys know where Virginia is?
Yes. Yes.
That's cross country, right?
That's very far.
It is very far, and I miss my family dearly. But I didn't start off the best student in school. I used to not take it seriously, and but my parents were single parents, used to work two jobs, and watching how hard my parents, I know it's like that my power cut off. I know it's like lose heat in my house. So watching my parents struggle, I decided I want to start doing better in school. Now, as I said, I wasn't always the best student starting off. My desk would be right next to Mrs. Gabby's because I was always that kid getting in trouble because I thought that was a cool thing to do. But luckily for teachers like Miss Gabby who didn't give up on me, they saw that I needed extra attention and they'd have me stay after school working a lot of my lessons. And I also played sports. My father's played sports. Right? Exactly, right? It does. It's a good thing though. And so I got really good at sports, but I realized that in order to play sports, you have to practice, right? So going to school is like practice in a way for the game, which is the game in real life is, school is like teaching you for real life. Just like when you practice for sports, you go hand in hand. So I got into high school and I wanted to play football. So my freshman year of high school, because you guys are in 5th grade right now, I didn't take a standardized test seriously after playing football for a season. I went to go run track and my coach came up to me. He's like, "Hey, Brandon, I'm sorry, but you can't run track." And I'm like, "Why not?" He said, "Well, because you didn't pass this test." So that's why it's always important for you all to read your lessons and to get your homework done so that way you can play sports if sports are something that you enjoy doing. And plus, the more you learn and teach yourself, people can't take what you put in your head. It can help you out with opportunities because obviously I look like many of you all in here. We all have something in common, I say, backgrounds. So after that, I had to take this test because I wanted to play football the next year. I had to go to summer school.
I do. Last year I went to summer.
I mean, is it not the worst?
No.
So that's why you have to work hard during the year so that you don't have to go to summer school. You can enjoy going wherever your vacation may be. And after that, I happened to pass that test. I had to take it one more time and I was able to play football. And from there, I started studying, got to my senior year of high school, and I realized that I wanted to go to the University of South Carolina, which is an amazing school. We are the Gamecocks. It's a fighting bird. Just have that.
Like real?
Yes, it's a real. What's our mascot anyway? But it's a type of bird. And in order to get into college, you have to take the SATs. The SATs are tough. You have to study weeks, you have to study months. But as I said, I know what it's like to see my parents struggle. When I was going to football practice at nighttime, my mom would be studying during the afternoon. When I wake up from coming home from practice, the next morning she'd be out still studying. So we really have to study because if you don't pass your grades, you can't play sports. You can't even, sometimes they actually make you leave school if you don't get your grades correct, especially at the college level because it's like you're paying to be there, but they only want serious people. And college prepares you for life. School is the one place where you can mess up, but as long as you try hard and give it all you have, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. So people that I started school with, like, look at everybody in this classroom. When I got to college, I think maybe it's about 20 people.
27.
27? Nice. You guys are the number. Like 15 of us graduated, and people that I started with didn't finish. So after that, when I was about to graduate college, I was sitting in my graduation. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. So I was watching TV one day, and I used to eat my dinner with my grandparents every Wednesday. And I told my grandma, who I realized she meant the best for me, but I told her, "Grandma, I want to be that thing on TV." And she's like, "What's that?" I said, "I want to be an actor." And she's like, "Well, you can't be no actor." And it's not that she didn't love me, it's just the fact that it's where I come from, it's not easy to become something like that. I take a test. I mean, I'm not, okay, that's good. I'm kind of like that too, But the more you read, well, in sports, you have to take tests all the time. So, and what are you guys, 2 sports? You don't want? Okay. So your coaches give you guys plays that you have to learn, even at the college level. But it's a test though. But it helps you get better, right? And then therefore, when the game comes, you're at your best. So with me, every time I go out for an audition, I have to stay up usually till like 11 o'clock at night time. I'll get an audition around 7 p.m. and I have to study 3 pages of dialogue and I have to memorize it. And I have to come in the next day and perform it. If I don't perform it, that means either A, I lose that job, and I can't act, with acting is a lot of fun. Or B, someone else to get that job. And the worst thing that could happen is that casting director sees me come in there and audition, and they're like, you know what, Brandon doesn't know his dialogue, he didn't study last night, he's unprofessional, I'm no longer gonna call him back in here. So let's say I want to be in a Marvel movie. You guys watch Marvel?
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
I love
They're amazing. If I want to be a superhero, and let's say I get this job, and I go to that job and I didn't study my dialogue that day, they'll call me aside and be like, Brandon, well, you're no longer going to be a part of this project because you didn't study. So when you get older, you're always going to have to study. That's why it's good to start now and making sure that you guys are reading all your lessons so that when the time comes with whatever you want to do in life, because you guys can be literally anything you set your mind to. I didn't come from anything, and now I have a great acting career, which I absolutely love, and I've worked with almost all the stars that you guys either know or that your parents know. And yeah, I went to University of South Carolina, as I said, and I'm a broadcast journalism majored in PR specifically, and minored in sports entertainment management. What separates me from a lot of the people here is the fact that I use everything on a regular basis. All my curriculum that I learned about PR, I use that in how to communicate from the TV and audition and working with older adults. I take that all and I collaborate that into my career. So I do my own PR a lot of times. When I'm in a show, I'll write like a press release, which it's a term you might learn in college. You don't know what that is right now. But basically, I'm always letting people aware of what I'm doing. I'm always putting exposure out there. Like when you see celebrities talk on talk shows, they're doing the same thing that I'm doing. The only difference is they're at a higher level that they're able to do that. So literally, I take the whole entire curriculum I learned in college and I apply it in every aspect, because acting is a business. So you can be the best actor in the world, but if you don't know the business side of it, contracts or how to network, communicate with people, then you're not going to be able to excel in your career. So that's how I basically applied most of my schooling, I guess you would say, in crisis communications. Because as I said, it could be 11 o'clock at night, I'll be called and say, hey Brandon, you have an audition. You got to be here, as I said, tomorrow morning at 9:45. I had that happen the other day, where it was 11 p.m. They called me. I had to memorize 2 pages.
And how many hours?
I guess you would technically say that would be what, about 9 hours? You can go in there and do it. But I've had even worse. I've had even closer to that, where I've been out in auditions and my agent has called, hey Brandon, I need you to hop over here, and I had like 20 minutes to memorize it. But because my mind, your mind's like a muscle, that the more you practice it, is the more you learn. So I can probably memorize 15 pages of dialogue right now in maybe about 8 minutes.
Oh my God.
So
8 minutes.
Thanks, buddy.
He touched it.
So I'm gonna hit high fives and hugs from everybody when this is over. So basically, when you do a punch, they put a distance in it, so he's not actually hitting, and then you just gotta go react with it. So it's like you gotta fake with it. So there's a movie called Terminator 2. That I wait, no, not Terminator 2. There's an actor in Terminator 2, and you can see it. I think about it. And the actor who's pretty famous knocked me out, and so I had to do the punch where I got hit, and I did a little spin and fell down to the ground.
A spin? That's what I always do.
Because usually the direction I was getting hit in, but I had a lot of body armor. The sound's done in, so as I said, there's different levels of the whole entire business. There's not just acting, there's editing, there's sound effects. They go to a computer or they make the noise. Yes, we are. Let's make sure I get everybody though. Hey, thank you all so much for letting me talk to you all today. I will sign it. Thank you so much.